Here's my thoughts on the entirety of the Trump situation, which of course has been unfolding over the past couple days right in front of our eyes. First and foremost, I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories going around that this whole thing was staged, and I will say there are valid points that people are making, so let's not completely discredit those type of theories. A long time ago, people would say that the world is a stage, and we're seeing it unfolding every day, especially from 2020 on with the pandemic, etc. It just seems like the world is like giant theater. Nonetheless, assuming that this situation happened exactly as we saw unfold on those TV cameras on that live stream of Trump's speech, there is no doubt in my mind or anybody's mind, nobody can dispute this. The Secret Service dropped the ball, and in my mind, it almost seems like they let this happen. There are now videos on the internet of people warning the police officers in the crowd that there was a guy on top of the roof. This was minutes before the actual pew pew happened. So, in my mind, that's a red flag. Another red flag, if you watch the video, 2 or 3 pew pew go off before those Secret Service even jump on the stage. Now, we've seen other times where there was a plot against Trump, and if you watch those videos, it seems like the Secret Service gets up on the stage a little quicker. There was definitely a few seconds delay. I guess they were processing what was going on, but we have to realize that's not what they're there for. The moment they heard that sound in the crowd, they are to jump up and get in front of them. So the theory that people are operating under is that the deep state is basically coming for Trump. And I do want to say a few things about that. Trump has been on Epstein's plane. He actually has the most pictures with him and Epstein than any of the other candidates. In fact, I can't find any pictures of them, although they were on the planes. Quite simply, in my heart of hearts, I truly believe that Trump is just controlled opposition. It is the idea that somebody is fighting for normal people like me and you, because without that, I really think, as a civilization, America would just unravel. So that brings me to my next point. It doesn't really make sense for the deep state to want to take out Trump, because if he was taken out, I guarantee you there would be giant riots and the entire country would be revolting, because we're sick of the status quo and these politicians selling us out. So clearly, I have a lot more to look into, and I'm considering all angles when it comes to this event. But there are a lot of shady things that occurred. There are weird actions from people behind Trump in the crowd, almost like they knew it was going to happen. There's people who ducked down before they heard the event that took place. So there's really so much to look into. And I will say one more thing about the alleged perpetrator of said event. He's got the same MO as every other person we see in this type of situation. He went to school, he never talked to anybody, sat at the lunch table alone, nobody knows much about him, but he's this wicked man that orchestrated this evil plot. It's the same thing we hear every time there's an event like this.